Really Haunted Places does not support or endorse trespassing to visit haunted places. Before you decide to visit, please make sure to acquire the appropriate permits and/or permissions, and be respectful of properties that are privately owned. Ahoy there, mateys! Welcome to our video about 7 real haunted ships. Ghost ships are empty vessels that have been found abandoned at sea. Often, the crew's disappearance is mysterious. There is no obvious evidence left on board to explain what happened to the boat or its passengers. So are ghost ships real? Have people really seen ghost ships? Definitely. While there are some purely mythical tales of specter-like ships like the Flying Dutchman floating on the dark sea, most ghost ship stories are all too real. On November 7, 1872, Mary Celeste left New York for Genoa, Italy. On December 5, 1872, the ship was found abandoned near the coast of Portugal. Everything on board, including the cargo and the crew's belongings, was undisturbed. The last entry in the logbook was dated November 25, and the only thing missing was a single lifeboat. 10 people had simply vanished, leaving behind no trace of what happened to them. A sounding rod, a device that measures how much water is in the ship's hold, left behind on the deck led some to speculate that perhaps the crew mistakenly believed the boat was sinking and they abandoned ship. But whatever happened to them remains a mystery, because they were never seen or heard from again. The Queen Mary is a ship that sailed the Atlantic from 1936 to 1967 and is now a hotel, museum, and tourist attraction in Long Beach, California. The ship is reported to be haunted by over 100 spirits, some of whom died on board during war or peacetime. The most haunted place on the ship is said to be Stateroom B340, where paranormal activity is frequent and intense. The Ryou-Un Maru was a Japanese fishing boat that was washed away from its mooring in Aomori Prefecture by the 2011 Tohoku earthquake and tsunami. Japanese officials first believed the ship had been destroyed, but it eventually floated into American waters near Alaska 1 year later. The U.S. Coast Guard decided to sink the boat to avoid it becoming a navigation hazard. The first half of Carroll A. Deering's last journey went smoothly. The schooner delivered its cargo of coal to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil without a problem. It was the journey back to North Carolina that went wrong. On January 31, 1921, the boat was spotted after it ran aground off the coast of Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. The water was too dangerous to approach at the time, but when rescue crews arrived on February 4, they found the ship abandoned. The crew's belongings were gone, along with the ship's navigation equipment and logs. Its 2 lifeboats were missing. The Lady Lovibond is another haunted ship with a rich history. According to legend, this ship sank off Goodwin Sands in Kent on February 13, 1748 after its captain's friend deliberately steered it into sandbanks in an act of jealousy over his friend's recent marriage. Since then it has been reported as being seen every 50 years as a ghost ship. The Octavius is another haunted ship with a mysterious past. According to legend, this ship completed its voyage from England to China but became trapped in ice while attempting to navigate through Northwest Passage on its return journey in 1762. It wasn't until 13 years later that it was discovered by a whaling ship off Greenland with its entire crew frozen below deck. The SS Baychimo is another haunted ship with an interesting story. This cargo steamer became trapped in ice near Alaska in October of 1931, and after several attempts to free it, its crew eventually abandoned it. However, it remained adrift for nearly 40 years and became known as the Ghost Ship of the Arctic, before disappearing in 1969. These are just some of many real haunted ships that have sailed our seas throughout history. Each one has its own unique story and mystery surrounding it. Thank you for watching. And stay spooky.